You alright, guys? Okay, today this video. Cancel Korea in. Fuck. Shut up. Alright, guys. Today I'm reacting to this video. Cancel Korea movement in the Philippines. Well, I've been very curious about this issue, but I didn't really care because, I thought nothing related to Japan. But one picture changed my mind completely, which is a picture showing us a tattoo of Japanese flag symbol. And I thought, oh, is this something Japan related or some history related? And now I'm really curious about this issue, and now I want to know this issue more. So what's going on exactly, or how Japan related? Well, let's see.
If you enjoy the content, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new here. So, let's get into it.
Hey guys, Jessica here. This morning I woke up reading a lot of comments, messages,
Oh,
and
she's
emails from
Korean?
you guys requesting
Speak
me
English
to
very
share
fluently.
my thoughts about
Wow,
this
impressive.
issue that arises from the Filipino TikToker Bella Porch,
Bella
which
Porch.
sparked a lot of debate
She's a teamer,
online,
right?
and that also led to the formation of hashtag Cancel Korea in
Cancel
the
Korea.
Philippines, asking for apology from Koreans, and also I
Why?
guess to raise awareness towards racial discrimination against the Filipinos. When I first heard about this keyword, Cancel Korea, I was like, what?
Yeah,
Cancel Korea?
I know how you
It
feel.
was such
Yeah,
an
it's surprising,
extreme
isn't it?
keyword. Cancel Korea. Thank you so much to those
Really
people
aggressive
who enlightened
word.
me about this issue as well. To give you a summary of this issue,
Yeah, that's what
it started
I know.
from the Filipina TikTok star Bella Porch, and the netizens noticed that on her arm there was
Yeah,
a
that's
tattoo
what I'm
that
talking
resembled
about. That's
of
Japanese
the
flag symbol.
Rising Sun. I hope you guys all know what the Rising Sun flag is all about, and it is especially traumatizing for Koreans because that flag
about the
was used
history.
during the forceful Japanese occupation here in Korea, which lasted for about 35 years. So that flag is associated with Japanese imperialism, and due to the Imperial Japan's mistreatment during that time of occupation, the flag can be very offensive for many Koreans. That is
I
why
see.
we are especially sensitive about this. So I took a look into her tattoo if it was really similar to that Rising Sun flag, and I noticed that it really reminded me of that flag. No wonder why many Koreans were reacting quite negatively about this. I do understand where they're coming from. So Bella has made a public
I see. I think this is a fact Japanese have to know. What she said was completely right, absolutely right. So let me explain about the Rising Sun flag a bit. So the Rising Sun has a very good meaning for Japanese. It's called Kyokujitsuki in Japanese. We call something celebrating like wedding is a good example. We call it sunny day, yeah, hare no hi in Japanese. So in our culture, the sun brings us luck. As you can imagine, our national flag it represents the sun. So now you know how important the sun is for Japanese. But the flag used to be different. It was like rising sun, like she said. Why we changed it? Because people recognize that it is a symbol of Empire Japan. As you guys know, they colonized many countries. Korea and the Philippines are one of it. So of course, people have bad image for this rising sun flag, especially Korean. So this god's behavior, showing a tattoo of a symbol of Japanese rising sun tattoo. It's going too far. Yeah, now I know this went to such a big issue. Yeah, I get it.
public apology regarding her tattoo. She has said that at that time I didn't know the history, but when I
yeah.
found out, I
She was
immediately
young.
had it covered and scheduled for removal. I am ashamed of myself for not doing my research. I sincerely apologize. In addition, she said that please educate yourselves and learn more about it because it came from a terrible history.
Yeah, now it's good. Yeah, she learned the lesson. She learned her lesson. Yeah, she was just young. She wasn't really educated, so that's why she made a mistake. But now she learned her lesson. So Yeah, that's okay.
Please learn from my mistake. Aww. But the problem started by how some Korean netizens were attacking not only this TikToker Bella, but also the Filipinos as a whole, leaving comments that are basically very offensive to
Revenge.
Filipino people. And I was also very offended by that. So I will read to you guys some of the comments that I saw. Poor country, non-educated people, short people. The Philippines is a
can't
slave
say that.
state. No wonder you have no to
say
little
too much.
education. That's why your country will stay poor and won't grow. Stay that way, small-minded.
That's why
And this
it's
kind
getting
of
worse.
reaction
It was getting
is
worse.
unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Any form of racial discrimination is unacceptable for me, and pretty sure with many of you guys as well. So about this, and to those people who got offended by these comments of
So
some
there's a
Korean
reason for
netizens,
Korean
I
as
would
well.
like to apologize from the bottom of my heart. I'm very sorry for you guys. I
You
feel
don't
very
have to be.
uncomfortable because I also grew up in the Philippines for around the same amount of time that
Oh,
I
did
was
you?
in Korea, and so I do feel very sorry for you guys. I would like to apologize on behalf of those rude
She's
Korean
very good
netizens.
person.
So this issue
On behalf of
provoked
Korean,
a
she's
lot of
apologizing.
Filipinos
Wow.
that the movement
Big
of
girl.
hashtag cancel Korea started on Twitter, and that hashtag movement only started today, but it has garnered over 200 tweets already. I could definitely
Wow.
feel the anger of these people. So some of the Twitter users
has a
are
big
sharing their own
influence.
experiences about
Is she really famous in
discrimination
Philippines?
from the Koreans. So the first tweet starts with the hashtag, and it says it was 2018 when I last visited Seoul. It was a 5-day trip, and not a single day we didn't encounter a rude Korean. Every night we went back
Yeah,
to the
they are
hotel,
kind,
even though we were
actually.
happy, there's that little sting in my heart, in the heart. Sometimes I want to go back, sometimes I don't. Next one is, I may like your songs, your cultures, and I even wanted to study in Korea, but I love my country. I'm gonna put my light stick down and proudly raise my flag. This is the time when I felt like, okay, I kind of can see where this is going, and I literally stopped myself in the third post I saw, which is some Koreans saying that Filipino are ugly. But look at these queens. Do they look ugly? I don't think so. And they put some pictures
Yeah,
of the
there
Filipino
are some rude
celebrities.
people,
So this
that's
is the
the way it
time
is.
when it
Yeah.
gets a bit confusing
ignore it.
because the whole point of this movement is to raise awareness about racial discrimination, that Koreans or any people shouldn't be racist,
Yeah.
right? But this post, some Koreans saying that Filipino are ugly, well,
I
I
don't
would say
think
it's
so.
a
I know
rather
many
emotional
good-looking
response. I
Filipinos.
don't think reacting to this situation
Just some idiots saying
emotionally
that.
is effective or is the best thing. It's just an extreme way of expressing and trying to deliver a message. Next one, you could also see, can somebody tell me, is there a Korean who has crowned as Miss Universe, Miss World, or Miss International? This is off topic. It's not
there's
related
some
to
very
the
rude
core of the
Koreans.
problem. I mean, the idea
I
of a
know.
hashtag
Yeah.
movement, okay, that's like how many things work nowadays. But when it becomes like this, emotional and just attacking and not really straight on point, and it can really just buy more anger.
Well, yeah. I think it happens a lot, especially for this kind of conflict between the countries. Some young guy just get, very sensitive, aggressive, saying the things that they didn't meant to in mind. Sensitive word creates nonsense conflict. That's all, right? But they can't help it because they're still immature, so they don't make a reasonable decision. So I think this kind of person has who has a very good influence in the world, apologizing on behalf of the country. That's very good solution. Yeah, she's very big girl.
Anger. Many people are also mentioning about the war, the Korean War, where many Filipinos came to Korea to fight for our side, and that is such an honor.
Yeah. It's about Yoton battle, right? Yeah, that was a fantastic contribution, wasn't it?
I also got comments from some of the families of those war veterans, and yeah, that is the reason why I'm also trying to really see the positive connections between Korea and the Philippines instead of, focusing on the negative. It is very saddening how
yeah.
this is really
Like I
an
said.
issue that we can never get rid of. Starting from the spark of the coronavirus, where a lot of people around the world were being racist to any person that looked Chinese, followed by the BLM movement.
Yeah. Well, that was critical issue, wasn't it? Now it doesn't matter because viruses are everywhere in the world, right?
These kind of issue is really an issue, and it's very daunting to encounter this. But one thing that I would like you guys to know is that please do not judge the whole of Korea by these few netizens that you encountered online.
Yeah, netizens, they're just saying whatever they want to, the words from such people are just, nonsense, stupid comments with, immatureness. So guys, be mature, revenge is nonsense, just, shame. It's shame.
I really do understand how it feels to be mocked or insulted because of your race or because of your nationality. That is why I do understand why these people who are joining this movement seem to be expressing their anger in a very emotional way. And seeing that kind of Twitter posts, honestly, is not that new for me, because a few years ago I also uploaded a video titled Racism in the Philippines. And in that video, I shared about some of the discriminational experiences that I got when I was in the Philippines as a young student. And the whole point of that video was for me just raising awareness about the issue of racism and reducing it as much as possible and really taking it away in our generation. But a lot of my Filipino viewers left hateful comments full of anger, saying that, oh, Korea is worse, oh, you guys Koreans are such a blah blah blah, and it was very hurtful for me. And that kind of comments is not new for me, because I always get those constantly. And I know it's very hard not to make any generalizations from a personal experience that you encountered, but that can lead to very, very dangerous social issues later on. I know my apology on behalf of those rude Koreans or this video won't calm your anger and the pain that you received, but I hope that we could get through this together with a positive and rational manner as much as possible to really raise awareness and to eventually solve the problem. Alright guys, so that would be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's what I always say before I end the video, but this video's topic was a rather heavy
almost
one.
Almost fall in love her. Wow.
Videos I make, but I still hope you guys found it informative.
Well, she's nice, isn't she? Beautiful, good person, and on top of that, trying to solve international disputes. Wow, I'm almost being fun of her. Anyway, this issue just started from a serious thing, from just educated young people. But it's surprising that it got to be such a big problem in the end. That's surprising fact, isn't it? We should be more careful in this age, right? That's what I realized from this video. Well, speaking to educated thing, there is a surprising fact for you guys. Actually, we Japanese are really not educated that rising sun flag has a bad meaning, offensive meaning for foreigners. Yeah, we realize it is when we grow up, watching some news or asking foreigners or hearing some impression from foreigners or something. But in our school, we don't usually. If you guys don't believe, just ask your young Japanese friend, what's the meaning of the rising sun flag? If you have one though. They must say like, oh, this is just an old Japanese flag, what's wrong? That's it, yeah. Well, there's a reason. This is because rising sun flag is just army's flag. It is still now actually. It's self-defense force now though, but they are still using it. So some Japanese using it, shaking the rising sun flag celebration day or Olympics. Yeah, that was went to very big issue. Korean was really offensive about that. So yeah, that was quite a big problem. But some people are still using that, because it's cool. Army is using that, so it's cool, right? But this is the fact that I want you guys to understand. We didn't mean to be offensive to foreigners. We just didn't know that. So yeah, I think this video is really good for Japanese to learn about the history, to know about the meaning of the rising sun flag. Yeah, this would be, I think, a good opportunity for Japanese. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you like it. If you do, make sure to like button and subscribe, please. So, また会おう。